Hey everyone, so I wanted to share my story about having braces as an adult. It definitely has been a change that I've adjusted quite well, I think, at this point. Um, to begin with, I've had these for about 3 months now, so I'll show you close ups of how they're looking so far. I also have photos of the progress from the beginning till now, so I'll share those with you so you can compare too. To begin with, had to have four teeth extracted, as you will be able to tell on that close up of my teeth. I've had to have four teeth extracted. I had two of them extracted. The top ones were extracted when I was probably around 12, 13, and then the bottom two teeth were extracted the week that I got the braces. So I'll probably make a separate video of my experience of getting extractions and how that went, because I did it all in 1 week. I can tell you for sure. I was preparing myself for it the weeks prior to all of that, and definitely it wasn't easy at the beginning. But I will share more on a separate video, just because this one specifically about just braces and having braces for the first time ever in my life. So the biggest problem with my teeth was that I have overcrowding. So my bottom teeth especially had a lot of overcrowding. They were turning, and there was a lot going on at the bottom part of my teeth. So I had to get extractions because of that. I actually went to different orthodontists because I wanted to get actual different opinions about what could possibly be in, like, treatment wise, how would that look like, how long I would have them. And a lot of them, or what I'd say probably all of them, told me that I would have to have them for 2 years. So I went with the orthodontist that I felt most comfortable with, which is somebody who's done braces to another relative of mine, a couple relatives. So I was comfortable enough, and I felt that that was the right decision to do. So I went with this person, and so far so good. So far I've had one adjustment. So a little bit difference that I've seen between me and other people who's had braces before is that my treatment, for example, I've had to go for adjustments every 2 months. So I've heard a lot of people do it every month, but I think depending on the treatment that you're going with and the braces and all that, it will vary. So definitely, whenever you go to consultations, ask what the adjustments are like and how long in between are they, because I think that would also influence in whether you want to have, if you want to follow through with all of this. So the first week of having braces will be one of the hardest ones, because you're just getting used to doing things the way you used to do them, eat different things and all that. And so the first week for me personally, I drink a lot of soups, a lot of liquids. I drink tons of water. Your mouth would try to produce a lot more saliva because it's not used to having this equipment that's been put on. So definitely you're gonna produce a lot more saliva. So I would drink a lot of water. And I was very careful too, because since I had to have extractions, I had to be very careful with what I was eating, and the fact that you kind of don't want to get anything in there, and you had to very be very diligent about how you clean your teeth, because you don't want to hurt the wounds and anything. So be I would say be very diligent on hygiene overall throughout your treatment, because based on what I've heard, doctors or different people who have had braces in the past, they said that would totally influence the amount of time that you'll have braces. And I would definitely say your mouth will be so grateful if you're cleaning your teeth the way you're supposed to, flossing and brushing after every meal, even after snacks. I actually have cut down on my snacks because I just don't like having anything in, like having to eat and then not brushing right away. It doesn't go with me. I have to brush because I can feel there's a lot of that food that you just eaten stuck in between the wires. And so definitely because of that, because of cutting down on your snacking, you could potentially see a little bit of weight loss. And it will vary, I think, depending on the person, because I've heard a lot of people saying that, for example, my orthodontist told me do not eat chips, do not eat a lot of sweets, do not eat, like they gave me a whole list of things I should not be eating right now during the 2-year period. And I've heard a lot of people break those rules. I mean, of course, everybody can do that, and it would definitely impact in some ways, but I've tried my best to not eat anything that I should not be eating. And if I do, like if I eat a little bit of sweets in here and there, I will do it randomly, like here and there, not every day, not as often as probably I did in the past. And of course, I've stayed myself away from sodas. Still drink coffee, I try not to drink a whole lot. I try to like manage myself to drink just a tad bit, just because I'm used to it and I like caffeine, so I've stuck with that. But yeah, they don't recommend you to drink sodas because it can stain your teeth. I have, as you will be able to tell, I have ceramic at the top, like the front teeth have ceramic, the bottom teeth are metal. So yeah, I wanted to get ceramic just because I'm an adult and you kind of want to have something that a little bit disguises the fact that you don't have braces. I would not say, I've heard people say they're bulkier, but I mean, I don't know any better because I have the metal at the bottom, but I don't see any difference between the bulkiness of one versus the other. They're the same. But I did have people tell me at first that sometimes you can tell that I have braces and sometimes you can't, depending on how far away you're from me. But so they recommend you not to drink a lot of like wine if you're gonna drink. And the other thing they said, if you happen to do it, because you at some point will do it for sure, try to rinse out right away so that the staining, if there's any staining, it doesn't happen as much, I guess. But yeah, so I just still drink coffee. I add lots of milk. So yeah, so far I would say it took me around a month to really getting used to having them. But I'm sure eventually you will get used to them. So if you have any questions, if you have any doubts, if you're about to start this process and are unsure of something, let me know and I'll be more than happy to answer them. Send me a message and I'll reply to you and let you know. Probably I'll keep making these videos on my experience having these braces. And so yeah, so tell me if you have any questions. Feel free to reach out in regards to the braces and any questions you might have.